Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video. And today we're going to be talking about From Season 1, Episode 8. And let's get right to it. So we finally find out how Boyd and his family got stuck in this town like everybody else. And we see them driving down the road. And we see that Boyd's wife gave him a boat for retiring from the military. And they're just driving down the road, laughing, kikiing, not knowing that they are doomed. So they keep on going until they see this tree in the middle of the road. And I'm like, uh-oh, here we go. The Matthews family got stuck like this too. And it makes me wonder if everybody else in the town saw a tree in the middle of the road too. So eventually they're driving and they see the priest, and the priest come out of nowhere. And he's like, hold up. Wait a minute, you don't want to go nowhere else. It's getting dark, and if you don't come with me, you're about to die. It took them a while, but they did end up going with the priest because they heard people screaming out there. They was like, who out there screaming? So that actually convinced them to go with the priest. So we see them hiding out underground with Donna and some other man. And when daylight comes, they lifted up that fake grass because that's where they was hiding. And when they came from up under there, they saw a mess of bodies just laid out. They was like, what is going on? What is this town? So that's when the priest and Donna took Boyd and his family to the diner to further explain. And when they did, Boyd was like, that's it? Y'all just hide at night and pray? We gotta work together over here. Donna and the priest was like, yeah, right. And I'm like, did you try? Did you at least try? And that's when Boyd was like, well, we gotta start small, build a system, and get these people to start looking out for each other. So everybody out there was just being dum-dums until Boyd got there. That's unacceptable. Boyd was out there finding chickens and goats, and I'm like, yeah, that's right, Boyd for president. Forget sheriff. Kenny can be the sheriff. We need Boyd for president. But while Boyd was so busy cracking that whip on the town, he got so distracted that he didn't even notice that his wife was going crazy. She went cuckoo. Ellis was trying to tell Boyd, something's wrong with mom. I need your help. Come home. But Boyd was like, no, I gotta help this town. I gotta help this town. Look what I found. I found goats and chickens. There's no telling what else I'm gonna find out there. I gotta keep on going. But Ellis was like, no, I need you to come home. But Boyd was like, but these chickens. He said, it'll be dark in about 4 hours. I'll be home by then, and then we can talk about mom. Because Ellis was worried about her because he saw her staring off into the distance, clenching on to her necklace, talking about, this is just like a dream that I had when I was a little girl. What? So while she's reminiscing about her childhood, Boyd is off in the woods trying to find something else, and he finds a dog. A dog. I'm pretty sure this is the boy in white's dog. It acts just like him, stares at you, and then disappears. So Boyd sees the dog staring at them. They having a staring competition. Boyd's like, come here, I'm not going to hurt you, come here. And then the dog started to go towards him, but then it took off and started running. And Boyd, dumb, I thought he had some sense. I thought he was the only one with some sense in this town. Boyd starts running after the dog, and then he gets lost in the woods. He's like, oh no, I'm lost in the woods now. Well, duh, you can't start running into the woods. You don't know where you're going. Nighttime comes, and he's still lost. And guess what? He falls into a hole. The monsters come to the hole, and I'm like, oh no, what's going to happen to Boyd? Knowing that nothing's going to happen to him because obviously we in 8 episodes now. No Boyd, no season. So it turns out the monsters didn't go down in that hole and get Boyd because there was talisman all up and through that hole. So that's how everybody got these talisman, is because Boyd fell into this hole and brought them back to everybody. So when morning came and Boyd was able to crawl up out that hole, he had some more drama to tend to. He woke up to his wife blasting on everybody. She was shooting up the place. She was like, pow, pow. Everybody could get it. She was even about to shoot Donna until Boyd ran up and stopped her. She was saying, once I shoot you, this will all be over because this is just a dream. All you need to do is wake up. So her logic was, since she had a dream like this, when she was a little girl, supposedly, is that if she shoots everybody, they'll wake up because this is just a dream. Boyd was trying to get her to stop. He was like, I found something. They started singing a song. I said a song, but that distracted her. But that didn't last for long because Ellis ran outside calling his mom, talking about mom. She turned around and was about to shoot Ellis. And then that's when Boyd had to shoot his wife. It was either his son or his wife, and his wife was acting crazy, so she had to go, unfortunately. And that's how we were able to find out why Ellis and Boyd don't get along. And remember, this is all in a flashback. So while Ellis was in the clinic because he jumped off the house getting away from those monsters, his dad went to go visit him and tell him that he's about to go into the woods, and basically telling him bye, and if he wants to tell him anything, to let it all out because he doesn't want him to have any regrets. Ellis was still over there mad. He didn't really say anything to him until Fatima knocked some sense into him and told him, have you ever stopped and thought how your dad feels about that day? What he's been going through ever since then? So Ellis hopped up off the bed to tell his dad that he's sorry and that he loves him. They hug and make up finally, and that's when Ellis sees Sarah. He was like, what's she doing here? But Boyd tells him to trust him and had him promise to not tell anybody that Sarah is with him. Boyd was hiding Sarah in the woods because Boyd's making Sarah go with him, because the priest told him before he died that Sarah could be their way out of that place. So Sarah and Boyd are off on an excursion to see if they can save everybody. We're going to see what they find and what happens to them out there, because something about to happen. Y'all let me know your theories on this in the comments. While Boyd is out there, Kenny is holding down the fort. We find out from Kenny that everybody from Colony House is either staying at the clinic because no one's really using their basements, and at least 2 or 3 people are shacking up in somebody else's house, including his and his mom's. First of all, I would be mad. I didn't choose to live in the Colony House, meaning I didn't want to live with a bunch of people I didn't know. I know we all got to stick together out here if we want to survive, but I didn't choose this. However y'all got invaded, don't be bringing that up in my house. Meanwhile, Julie, who wasn't even downstairs with all of the chaos, is having some kind of PTSD and having anxiety attacks when she wasn't even the one seeing people get torn apart. Imagine what the people are going through who was actually downstairs when all hell broke loose. Victor escorted her out down a rope and hit her in a tree. So why is she so freaked out? I mean, I understand you still went through it, but you didn't go through it. She was trying to explain to her family about the tree that Victor put her in, and the only person who was understanding this was Ethan, because Victor told Ethan about this tree too. Basically, this tree takes people to different places. You can get inside this same tree and you'll end up into 2 different places. Ethan was thinking maybe Victor got inside this tree and he ended up in a different place because no one knows where Victor is. Jade is looking for Victor because of that picture that he found inside of that book. He just barged inside of their house again like he always does, and he got kicked out. He's trying to explain to Jim about the symbols he's been seeing in this book and show him this picture of a Victor, but Jim's not trying to hear it. He was like, you left me on top of the tree. You brought me out there to try to find something and you ran off. Little do you know, I found a signal, but you was nowhere to be found, so I could let you know. They both agreed that, well, if he found a signal, that they need to get up even higher. So that's when they go to the Colony House to ask Donna if they can get up on her roof because her house is the tallest on the tallest part of the hill. Donna was outside picking up everybody's body parts that got torn apart that night. And she gave them permission to climb up there and do what they got to do because 14 people died that night and she don't want nobody else to die. So if that's their way out, then that's their way out. Hurry up. After that is when Donna and Kenny tell the community that while Boyd is out there risking it all and trying to get everybody home, that we have to stick together and that there's no more Colony House for the time being. And Donna lets everybody know that Jim has an idea to get a signal, and Jim lets everybody know that if we're going to get out of here, we need supplies and we have to all help build this thing. So what y'all think? Y'all think this signal gonna work or not? Let me know in the comments. What y'all think is about to happen to Boyd and Sarah out in the woods? Let me know all of your theories in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.